is trying to do a short one, but it's a difficult subject, so bear with me. So if anyone don't realise, you need to really set something up as in statute or United Kingdom as a power of attorney. It needs to be a document in as a will. I don't know where the funding can come from, because it is going to be in statute or in UK. If anybody knows the subjects that I already know about, I've had an individual that was now pulled out because it's too complicated for them, and they've set this website up in UK and on Facebook, and I knew it will go this way eventually. So although I'm part of what they're doing in the background, but it's not going to help in dealing with what is required in statute law UK now. I found out that United Kingdom, in my area, United Kingdom anyway, the county council is the information is not readily available. I've done so much research and it's just unreal. Well, I found out today. So I'm doing this stream on this point of view. Now, I've got, first of all, a disclaimer. If you're under 18 and you're sensitive to information of trauma-based, or if you have a different opinion to me, then obviously just go away and go elsewhere. Okay, there's profiling of Statute or Data Protection Act 2018, and by the way, I saw accessible format in CD or like bold print document, and that's failure still today to give to me or post it to me. I can't download the bloody document. My mate had to look this up. So for disabled men and women, I'm subject really about perhaps on this moment. Anything from your past since you're a kid. All your data is now being shared if you need access to any public services, whether it's NHS, healthcare, housing. That's just a few. There's a lot more going on. So I would emphasize this fact if you've got family or friends to help you, to check any information or data. I mean, you should not have to do this, but this is how it's going. And it's already happening to me. Incorrect data being shared about me, and who's got all these funds when you're unwell and you're reliant on the state for everything. They're reliant on people with nothing to... I don't know how people can do their bloody jobs and have a conscience, to be honest, I tell you. But I'm talking about management level. I'm talking about the CEOs. I'm talking about directors who know that these men and women pushing the buttons on a computer, on the computer system, and that's how it all is now. I just look at you as a number, as a computer. On their pressurised caseloads into extreme, it's about to burst nationally. If you don't realise what's all in the media already about the care and the NHS, well, and housing. And from my experience as a disabled woman, I didn't expect it to get so serious the way it's gone. I know at the end of the day I'm going to have to move out of it. And it's going to be, the way they're going to do it is not going to be, they're going to see it in my best interest. But I know it won't be. And then they're going to try something else on. Well, I'm not going to make public that, but I know what they're going to try next. And they will probably get away with it because that's how all this regulation, statute law is working. Had I known years ago that my right to privacy, my right to private life, I would have thought we still have the Human Rights Act, 2008, dated 1998. Right to private life, right to family life. And don't get me started about the Discrimination Equality Act 2010, Disability Discrimination Act, I think it's 1998. All these statutes, are they now just being disappeared? We're not going to exit the Brexit. I'm not political anymore. I got out of it years ago. I didn't get expected to get ill and all this happened to me. I didn't get things happened to me in my home years ago by public funded employees, and I followed all the mainstream procedure, what I knew then. I learnt subjects over the years lawfully. And what? Because of that, they're profiling me and just using all that negativity to, well, it's not negative, it's positive, but using their assumption on me to now doing what they're doing. So I thought clarification basically of the LGSS law limited. Well, I knew years ago what used to be across, well, a different part of the building in my area, UK, but now they've got a new building. They just rent office space. Well, what's the point building a new building when the public don't even know who's doing what department does what, and not even on the website tells the public much? Well, there's not. And it's all in statute law to offer an advocacy service, for all due respect. Well, when you even got the advocate individuals saying they don't know, they're being messed about, they don't know where to go. Well, how does that affect the individuals meant to be supported? Well, then you got caseloads of these suddenly free meetings, individual was fine with me, and now the fourth meeting, you can't do this, you can't do that. I mean, this is only to aid my disability, right? To record audio only in a cafe for my own personal use. So I remember to take notes what's required of me. I can't keep bloody doing what I've been doing, and how can I now engage? It was difficult enough to engage with them, all of them in the bloody first place, the way I got treated last year. And I learned how to do certain documentations and to fully rebut things. Well, now, that document on the 1st of June 2018, well, that wasn't even bloody, it was read to me so bloody quickly. There was no advance information, there's no full disclosure, there's nothing. And they're dealing with that individual is obvious. Now it's obvious she doesn't have any disability awareness training. She's just going by the training in mental health. She made it quite clear, I'm not medically trained, I'm not an occupation therapist. Well, why did you make comments of a personal nature to me on Friday, the 15th of May, June just gone, 2018, that's caused effect on my life now? I don't trust the individual now. Well, this stone coldness in their attitude to me on the phone. I mean, I usually do by email. But because of this to and fro all the time, I'm seeking concrete evidence of that. What could be required of that? Well, not just me, but many people like my situation. And what is available? What is a procedure? What is meant to be available? Because all the questions being asked of me, and the National Statute Law 2014 Care Act, United Kingdom, are the key questions on these basic disability websites and other forums and so forth was not what was being asked of me. And there was no full disclosure of the key questions. Instead, this individual before produced a face-7 kind of printout of their computer document. I couldn't bloody see the print, let alone read it. And that's what they're going off. Standardised tick box. A bit like what UK Department of Works does. They're admin people. Well, this goes into the fact that, I mean, I honoured at the time on the 7th of June 2018 the requirement to record my own bloody assessment meeting, but if that advocate is not taking any written notes and questioning me, interrogating me on nothing to do with the Care Act 2014 assessment and answering questions for me, which nothing to do with her. She's meant to be making notes and she's not acting in the terms and conditions of the why she's an advocate on behalf of contracted service by the public services, i.e. County Council and their Department of Adult Social Care. So that was raised as a concern, not complaint. No, I'm stop trying to. They're causing this to me, and I'm not going to keep bloody complaining. They're not providing the information I require. So you've only got two options really in dealing with this urgent matter. Really, it is the government ombudsman for help and social care, but that takes time. And they can still reject your evidence of that. Then you have to find nationally in UK a community care or public law lawyer. Well, that bloody going to take time. Look at the cutbacks. The legal aid agency funding. Well, that takes time. Who in the physical? This is why it's all deliberately siding towards directors, head of departments in every town and city, county councils, where they get more protection and rights in their paid unions and their membership with the health professional council or something for social workers and whatever, I don't know, but something like that. Like the medical council for doctors. So just because they might have extreme caseloads and people are waiting to offer services, and there's been certain information on blogs and things I've saw recently where people are left, their package of care cut, they're seriously left, and if they think they can come anywhere near me to allege offer or see what I can and cannot do in an environment which is, let alone all reported, the due process of a major disrepair for 10 bloody months. And I sent that document, because I knew they were shared documents anyway, to the head of adult social care and the particular department I'm dealing with. And I was informed and led to believe on the phone also that this LGSS law was all part of their lawyers. So they had the factual information. Because if you don't realise, if you rent in a house or flat and you're in my position, all your data is automatically checked as well and shared. So despite you going to that particular data controller and restricting your sharing your data, I mean, how many people in the past have you dealt with on behalf of companies, public, private? All that data shared. So it's all about profiling. And at the very end of a document, something to do with all this extra information and who else they're sharing it to. There's too many to list in a short video. Anyone wants to research and find out for yourself, protect your friends and family. You public servants out there, you have a job to do. You have to do a full disclosure before you offer. And in an emergency situation, I know might not be possible, but that's the first thing on the data protection of the right to private life, right to privacy and human rights. Don't forget equality, lawful duty of care of Equality Act 2010 in Section Law 2. You might have basic training or your college and degrees or whatever, but what about in-house training as well to help vulnerable adults? And if you're going on the angle of vulnerability and you're going on the angle of men and women presumptions of safeguarding, and don't get me wrong, if there's genuine need, adult or children, but if you're not following the due process and lawful processes on that either, you just again using old data, not factual, not up to date, and you're not coming back to the individual to seek clarification. Oh, we've got a bit of information we're a bit concerned about. We seek clarification on this. This is what it's about. An email or something. You know, just a bit of common sense approach. But no, they're just following the tick box exercise, what they're told to do by the line managers and the bosses. But I'm sorry, I'm not a tick box, thank you. Disgusting. It's disgusting in the way that without the offer of certain goods and services, if I had independent financial means, if I had my health, if I had my closest family around me, I wouldn't go touching the public sector services at all. Ever. Not after my experiences. This individual dismissed everything that happened to me last year. September 2017 today. Absolutely don't believe how they're using statute or investigational powers. They can do all sorts. How many times is this going to be played back now, this video? God knows. If you don't believe in meditation, spirituality, I would suggest to start, whatever your belief systems, whatever your health, whatever your life, just look at how to try and see what works for your situation to help you cope with all this draconian measures happening now. I know I won't be in a better place. I know what they're doing. I know why they're doing it. And it's just from experience of fact. I never thought I would survive and see all this take place. I never thought I was the reason why I've survived so much in my life. So much is unreal. And yeah, so they've got the data. So what? They were doing the profiling for every one of us. I'm more concerned about my grandchildren. And I'm more concerned about those being born. I can't do much about other people. I really not. I just hope my adult son and daughter, if they take my grandkids, will bloody realise what all this is about. Eventually, somehow. But I need to put in place now protection in the statutory side. And I know what that means. Despite you have this in place, you know, they're going to still push the boat out. But I would suggest anyone out there to get an advance statement done of medical needs, your housing, your financial, get a will in place. You really do need that. I don't think it will need to come to this side of things now, but it does. Because don't forget your deterioration. And you haven't got, I've got a next of kin, but I've just asked my family member to actually seek clarification of a son of mine who's just lost contact, just don't want to talk with me. I don't know why. I'm just trying to seek that they get on with their own lives as adults. Due respect, it's fine. You know? If I know I won't be in a better place because the cutbacks. There's thousands of me out there that are stuck. There are thousands of me that are not getting the lawful rights just because I know, other than statute law, certain things, how to hold people accountable. I can't no longer do certain things that I used to. I've tried. My health is just so bad that way. I'm not in a position. So, it's going to be hard to forgive. And it's going to be hard to work with these people still. And I'm not going to like it. But I'm going to do my best. And I'm going to be an honour. And I'm going to work on the document about what my friend's doing and what the difficulties are. It's going to be very, very difficult emotionally. And I think they know a lot of things already. And I need to call up my doctors again. And I don't like doing the things I need to do. But to survive on this earth at the moment, in the way things are going, that's how the system is. Don't hesitate, anyone out there, to make a short video, even though you know you might be bloody blocked or monitored or whatever. Just get the fact out, but please do not mention. Don't breach any data protection of any individual out there. Be aware of how it works now. Be clued up. Even if you've got a camera taking a picture of the sun or something in public, be aware of people's sensitivity. I had this experience yesterday. I'm only taking a picture of that building, so how large it is. I like the architecture. And I do like a brief moment of like nature. I didn't expect to have the white car, the woman pull back and intimidate me in my wheelchair to start an altercation. I caught it all live in video. As I was watching, on the way home. I mean, I have to have encouragement in such an extent now, just to brave to get up at the cash point. Again, I haven't been able to get out. That was all week I couldn't get out. If you don't know what agoraphobia is, and the panic attacks and all that kind of stuff that affects the mind and affects your body as well, I don't wish it on anybody. I don't wish nothing of trauma affect someone's life. But what's all going on has really triggered everything, you see. It's really triggered everything. I'm no risk. I reassured my doctor on that. No risk to myself. I've got the medications. I've got the coping strategies. But I do need to have an update assessment. I do need certain things in place, but I need to have a choice. And I still think United Kingdom, the public have a better choice and a right. I would suggest you, men and women out there, you working in these areas, you make clear any officer services, there is a choice. Limited maybe on particular circumstances, but there's still a choice. So don't assume you can just classification on a certain individual in your tick box exercise, because it doesn't quite work like that in reality, and it doesn't matter if somebody's complexity in their situation. If you have the key skills and knowledge, which is beneficial to guide and help the individual you're meant to be working with, well then do that honourably and lawfully. But if you fail, the public have a right to hold you accountable. And it's nothing personal. You're professional and you're paid by the public services funding. That means the public taxes in statute law. So yeah, here I am, bedbound again today. So I'm well all bloody day. You have to excuse me, I'm in my thinking, trying to have help to living on fruit. I mean, I've changed my diet completely. Good job I still can drink, and it just makes everything complicated when you have a dental illness on top, and that affects one in every area. So if it's like dental issues, your data shared on that too. So with the help of my sister, I need a template. I need to see somebody who can help me download something. I don't know how yet. Keeping a diary of how your illnesses affect you, and because when you have a psychological block and you struggle with it all the time, it might be very difficult to face up to your own reality. And how does one put that into words? How do you put that into terminology, into words? And I think my sister pointed me to an app, and I'm trying to see how I can use that. I don't know much about technology. I need software to help me write and help me talk now. I didn't expect to get like this at my age. Not that old. Oh gosh. If I could turn the clock back and have a new life, I would, you know. I wouldn't be United Kingdom. I don't know where I'll be, but I'll be learning. I've always trained up in hotel work years ago when I left school and college. And I miss the ocean, I miss the coast. And I need to move away from all it. So I don't know the GoFundMe page. I don't know how to do that. I'm going to ask my sister if she can help me raise a profile. Because I need to put everything in storage. I need to have a break of a respite hotel. I need to get away. I really do need an urgent break. At least for a couple of weeks. I need to have a break. I've not had a break for 8 weeks. 8 years. I need to feel that break and then be able to focus on what needs to go on forward now. I need that break. I need to raise funds for that, you see. And I'm going to put that idea to my sister. Because she knows more about technology side of things like that than I do. But for now, please watch out for anyone that you're with, you support, you care for. You might already know what data protection 2018 is all about. But for those that don't, and you're in a different part of the world, well, United Kingdom's setting the way, you know. I don't know what's going on in China. Perhaps a better system in China, I don't know. But I'm going to go because I don't even know. I've made some notes how to start. I've got an old care plan. I can just start on the basic times and things I had before things went pear-shaped on me. And all I can do is, without the use of a wet room and shower, how my parents cope with me in this environment is just definitely a health and safety. I've already proved all this in evidence format and on the housing side, for example. It's not ideal having bloody paperwork in front of me. I've been trying to stop all this and it's all coming at me all the bloody time now. You know, when you have to find your medical evidence. And you know, when you've tried to condense everything. I've got luggage. I mean, my mates have to go through that again tomorrow, making sure the clothes are not mothballed and just kept refreshed, washed and freshed and kept packed. That's what I'm living like. Because I know the duty of care on these public servants will see this and say, oh my God, major health and safety. Well, of course they do. It's not by me, but they will put it on my own, it's on me. They disregard, because they've got to protect the housing company image, employees. That's how the system works. I don't make nothing up. I've got evidence coming out my ears. I put up with it. But I could live bloody somewhere else. Start again. Anyway, that's enough about me. I'm just saying generally, I mean, if I've got nothing accessible in my own, and I've had all these reports done for so long already, and this nationally, the shortage in housing, the shortage in everything now. Where else can people go? I've tried to recycle everything I've already done the past months. I've gone through the relevant areas. Nothing medically has changed in the equipment side, apart from they haven't bloody done their job right in certain things. I ain't going to mention certain company involved in that one. And the individual in question, he done all these correct factory emails. And all I'm hearing, like the onus is on me that I've done this, I've done that. Please research the subject. Anyone going through similar, United Kingdom, what presumption will be made if you don't keep. I mean, look, they're cutting care packages. So how are you meant to keep your home clean? How are you meant to keep things tidy? I mean, if you've got nobody to put shelving up for you, if you've got no funds to have units up, I mean, they're going to say, oh, you can stay here, but, well, I can't afford a cleaning company to come in. Not in this moment anyway, even before that. They deliberately didn't offer the full package of care before the funding. And they're not going to do it now. So, put it this way, the solution was, if there was an environment, meeting other like-minded people like in an environment of proper sheltered, on-site, you got your own room. I don't know if you've got your own mini flat or something, but it's laid out properly for wheelchair users, accessible. How that will work, I don't know, because I don't see many places about, and I don't meet the age group anyway. You have to be over 55 in the United Kingdom. And then, if you got all this, certain things said about you on all this data that you don't know about, and people can make up things about you, previous care companies, when you already tried to hold them about what they've done to you in your own home, that could be a reason why they could turn you down by living in their environment. Or then you got people, the care homes, going bust. So you got all these lovely people that make friends and have to move around again. Well, it's like pushing people around like a herd of sheep. Well, it's not me saying that. You just need to see the videos that's out and about and see what's really going on, because you don't hear a lot of this in the mainstream media at all. So, marked up a very positive video. I'm telling you as fact what I've shocked again. It's not nice. It's not. A lot of things are not lawful. I know this, and I'm not giving up. So this is the kind of reality we're living in. I just can't even believe it's happening. And you can't just reject offers, by the way. Not the way it works now. You cannot just, for your health and safety point of view, any man and woman in the United Kingdom, do not be stubborn. I've been there. I know. I've got a stubborn streak in me. You cannot just... Sometimes you have to just... You don't have to, but just need to. Try and get a relationship. I've already tried for so long to get build up courage and a working relationship, and it's just gone pear-shaped on me. I don't know what the outcome could be of this. I don't know. I think they just steamrolled me with the same individual. I can't deal with it. The doctors know. There needs to be a better system. What's the point of having an advocate when they don't get back to you when your mum's grieving and you're going through it all? What's the point of having an advocate? They should be making phone calls. They should be making emails. That's their job. But the service managers block them, so the next point of call is that service manager. I should not have to keep bloody doing this, and I'm so bloody ill. And that information gets shared. So one has to be careful. You don't want to bombard people. You've got to be careful what you say, who you contact, how often, because they can treat you as, you just won't believe certain policies against the public, trying to access public services that they pay for, or by your council taxes, and whatever method. Yeah? Wake up, people. Just wake up. And you people mean well. You generally are in your job, and you're definitely trying to do your best to help people like I. And you can't speak out because you're afraid to lose your position, your job, and you know it's wrong. Well, why don't you bloody try and find somebody to do a whistleblowing blog or something? Or make a YouTube channel, but disguise your voice or something and get the truth out. Because if you don't, what, God forbid, if you end up getting ill, or your loved ones or family, you end up in my situation, or thousands others similar, and much worse. Don't create a social cleansing situation of those just because of the unfortunate situation they're living in or happened to them is their fault. You cannot have any human decency about you. You go along that line, which I know an individual is doing. And you cannot go and judge somebody about the past. How dare you? How would you like it if they go and do? I can easily do that about a public servant I know about, I found out about. I could easily do that if I wanted to, but I'm not made like that. I wasn't raised like that. No. What goes around will come around with you people out there that are doing this. And I'm not the only one, by the way. I'm not the only one. There are good people out there that are trying to do their best. And I tell you, there are good people out there. I have come across a few. But I know the system has been destroyed. And there's a reason behind it all, but I ain't got the answers. I ain't got everything. I'm just saying about my experience. This is my first-hand knowledge of my truth, of the facts of record. If you don't believe in any spiritual entity or any meditation, time is now. My goodness me. But I will seek best way I'm able to. There's always going to be, constantly, never a day without all the bloody trauma, bloody drama, bloody unlawful things happening to me. It's just constant. It's like they want to keep you down in misery. They don't want you to... all these wonderful, lovely policies and buzzwords and mainstream media do. We want disabled people to be equal, quality, and all this la-da-da-da-da. No. It doesn't work in reality. It's not happening in reality. Or it might happen if you've got bloody family members kicking up steam for you. But they're targeting the ones they feel they ain't got anyone to speak up for them. You don't know how they're doing it. You think you better wake up and see and observe and speak up for those that can't speak up for themselves. I just gonna leave it for now. Just gonna leave it as that. I don't care who's watching this or listens. I don't care. Because I know what you're bloody well doing anyway. I've got nothing to lose. You're doing the worst you're already doing to me most of my life. So the buttons you're pushing, my mum raised me in such a way to be very strong in my personality, to be tough. And I've gone through worse than this, by the way. And I'll come out of it at the end of the day. Don't know how, but I will find a way. And I hope you do too if you're still in position. If you believe in anything I say, then share my video. Take care. You know who I am. Don't need to say.